Welcome to Average Dude's Slow Pitch.
Yo, Henry, Average Dude's Slow Pitch. Today we're getting a chance to bring out three 13-inch models here from Anarchy. We've got the 13-inch half-ounce Joker. That's the purple model. You've probably seen the green model. That's the 12-inch. Then we've got the 13 half-ounce All Aloha. And then the 13 3/4-ounce black goat. The white goat is the one-piece 12.5 balance. We had that on the channel here recently, but either way, we're gonna go ahead, me and Junior, we're gonna get some Pro-Ms on all three of these, probably about 50 on each bat, so 25 swings each for me and Junior. Then we'll go ahead, throw final compression, final thoughts at that point. Again, here at East Mesa, this field's 315 all the way around. We got lucky. It's a nice overcast day with really next to no wind, very slight breeze, sitting right about 80 degrees, so should be pretty good temps for this one. We'll go ahead and knock these out and then wrap this thing up.
All right, first up, we've got the 13-inch 3/4-ounce unload black goat. Right at about 255, maybe closer to 260. Oops, let's not move that on you guys. Then we've got the 13-inch Aloha half-ounce unload here. Right at maybe just under 275. And then lastly, we've got the 13-inch Joker half-ounce unload. So we got 2 half-ounces and a 3/4-ounce unload here on this video. Right at 275. So we'll go ahead, get our swings on them, see how they perform, and come back with that final compression.
All right, we're gonna start with the black goat. Again, it's that 13-inch 3/4-ounce unload. I'll go with the swings first on this one, followed by Junior, and then you'll see me swing first on the Joker, followed by Junior, and then Junior's gonna actually stay in the box from there, finish up the All Aloha, followed by myself. At the end, we'll let you know, but we're planning to get to about 50, maybe 60 swings here with each bat.
"90 miles per hour.
It's not a shabby first swing.
96 miles per hour.
That was a little bit up the barrel there. You get the feedback like almost a stiffer feel, not a sting, but honestly came off pretty good for a miss like that.
101 miles per hour.
There's our sweet spot.
100 miles per hour.
Okay.
96 miles per hour.
Pretty good carry there. I mean, you can tell the difference when you go from the 12, 12.5 Anarchies up to the 13s. You lose just a little bit of the no kidding sweet spot performance. Very minor drop off. We're not talking anything significant, but you get so much forgiveness that it kind of makes up for the whole point of why you go kind of the longer barrels usually for most people. But so far, it really feels like you can catch it anywhere on this barrel and get pretty darn good performance. Easy to control, even with the 3/4-ounce inload, helps it through the zone, but it's not so heavy you got to worry about this thing dipping. This is a 26 that we're swinging. All three models are 26 today, so so far so good here.
101 miles per hour.
Yeah, very consistent though. I mean, it feels like a larger type of sweet spot to where you can get that kind of 100, 101 so far with my swing. And then obviously there's that one key spot until it's broken in that will ramp it up just a little bit more. But again, that extra forgiveness is gonna make it work, I think, for a lot of players' swings.
98 miles per hour.
Oh, there's real good carry there. Alrighty.
97 miles per hour.
That's a good stopping point there. So there you have it again, the 13-inch 3/4-ounce end load goat. As I mentioned, tons of forgiveness. The feel off of it, I mean, it feels pretty darn true to kind of where you catch it, giving you the feedback that you want on this one. Easy through the zone, even with being that 3/4-ounce. I do normally swing 27, so for me, the 26 with the 3/4 really wasn't too bad. We'll see what Junior has to think about it. But if you're somebody who normally swings balance, half-ounce, I'd probably still stick with a half-ounce model, or if you really want the 3/4, maybe go down an ounce in the weight. But again, good sweet spot when you catch it. comes off, you know, and then even all the areas around it, you get really good performance with a very minor drop off, and the swings towards the end, towards the handle, you're not getting like a sting on the hands, just more of a stiffer feel. But either way, let's jump over now. We're gonna go to the 13-inch Joker, see how that performs, and then we'll continue from there.
89 miles per hour. 84 miles per hour.
A lot of carry on this barrel. What I'm really liking about this bat, whether it be the end load, it's just super easy to bring through the zone. You just throw your hands, and that little 3/4 ounce end load does a lot of the work. Definitely feels good to push through that zone.
81 miles per hour.
A little closer to the hands, and you'll definitely feel it. Not really a sting, but you'll feel that stiffness in the hands, and that lets you know that gotta square up the barrel a little bit better.
84 miles per hour. 83 miles per hour.
Little up on the barrel. Yeah, I mean, you know, I think the only thing here is how good it feels through the zone, man. Like you don't really have to do any work. You just push the hands and find that barrel, and it does the rest. There's an insane amount of carry off of this bat.
85 miles per hour. 92 miles per hour.
That'll do it for the goat, guys. Again, this bat feels really good on the hands as far as pushing it through the zone. Excellent carry on this Anarchy goat. Definitely like it. See what the, moving on to the Joker and see what we got.
All right, on to the Joker.
96 miles per hour.
Not a bad first swing for catching it lower on the barrel.
99 miles per hour.
That one was up the barrel a little bit. Yep. Got a ball mark up here. So, I mean, you can see the forgiveness as far as the speed and the way it comes off.
102 miles per hour.
Yeah, I mean, no different than the goat here. Super easy to control. Barrel feels a hair softer than the goat. But I mean, that could easily be the matte paint job here versus more that glossier on the goat. We've seen that in the past with like the bedlams, for instance. So that makes sense. It's not affecting overall feel, performance, anything like that. Just something to note.
101 miles per hour.
Yep, there's our sweet spot right there. Towards the end.
94 miles per hour.
Towards the end. It went out.
101 miles per hour.
Yeah, I mean, very, very easy to control.
95 miles per hour.
Oh, buddy. All right. I don't think that was a little low sweet spot and still good carry there.
96 miles per hour.
There's all of the sweet spot. Over the lights. There it is. Last one.
85 miles per hour.
A little bit up the barrel, but the carry's all there. Boom. All right, well, we're gonna hop over to Junior now on this one. Again, that puts us right about 30 swings here on the Joker. Again, only difference between this and the goat, really, slightly lighter end load, obviously with the 1/2 ounce, you can feel it, but the matte paint job gives you that slightly softer feel, which really kind of reminds me a little bit more of like the Tantrums versus the new glossier Bedlams, but easy to control, tons of forgiveness, still gives you good feedback. Sweet spot's just a tad small to find that no-kidding sweet spot, but as you saw there, tons of carry.
80 miles per hour.
Again, very similar carry, you know. Even though that was right at 80, still carried off to the top of the fence right there.
84 miles per
A little
hour.
close to the hands. One bounce the fence. Again, still a lot of carry on these barrels.
87 miles per hour.
Okay.
85 miles
Good
per
sweet
hour.
spot right there. Yeah, definitely a softer feeling barrel. Again, I don't know what it is, but if you like that Tantrum style soft barrel feel, this might be something that you might want to look into because it has a lot of carry, big sweet spot, good forgiveness, just soft feel.
84 miles per hour.
You know, when you find the barrel, you'll see the carry. You know, you get a good swing on it. Definitely all that you want from a bat comes out of it. And then this is still a very, very good bat. I like it. Just not a big fan of how soft the barrel feels.
82 miles per hour.
You know, I'm starting to feel that there might be some spots on this bat. You know, like there's certain spots on this barrel that feel different than the other ones, because there are some balls that I've squared up and it's not the same carry as some of the other ones on no kidding sweet spot. So that's the interesting part about this bat right here.
85 miles per hour. 82 miles per hour.
Okay guys, that'll do it for the Anarchy Joker. Again, definitely feels good as far as in the hands, comes through the zone easy, but from my personal opinion, it's just very soft. It almost takes you back to that those Easton tantrums, the initial ones, that soft feel. But again, if you like that, this might be an option for you. But all in all, still pretty good carry, still good forgiveness. Pretty decent little bat by Anarchy. All right, guys, moving on to the Anarchy All Aloha. Got a 1/2 ounce end load, 13-inch barrel, similar specs to the Anarchy Joker. So let's see how this differs right here.
90 miles per hour.
Okay, definitely a different sound. Not as soft feeling barrel, but still pretty good carry for that first true sweet spot swing. So let's see what we got here.
85 miles per hour.
Okay.
92 miles per hour.
Okay. Yeah. Man, I'm definitely enjoying the performance, the sound too. There is a significant sound change, and definitely am already enjoying this a little bit better because it's not as soft of a feel. And 1/2 ounce end loads have been my favorite for a while. So let's see what we got here.
92 miles per hour.
Yeah, I think this bat right here is going to steal the show for me personally, because the sound is great, easy to whip through the zone, and really good carry, really good feedback on the hands too.
92 miles per hour.
That's the one.
81 miles per hour.
Well, guys, that'll wrap it up for the All Aloha. Again, out of the 3 Anarchies that I've swung, the GOAT, the Joker, this one seems to be my favorite. Has a unique sound compared to the other 2. Definitely good forgiveness, big sweet spot, and feels good and controllable. So out of all those, this is definitely my favorite. Good bat right here.
All right, and again, wrapping up with the All Aloha. We got junior swings all here on all 3. I was gonna get my swings now. Again, 13-inch 1/2 ounce. Let's see how this thing performs and get back tested and finish this thing up.
96 miles per hour.
It's a nice start. It's a good feel too right there.
99 miles per hour.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, similar to what Junior's talking about. Good feel on this one. To me, it almost feels like a blend between the Joker and the GOAT, where you got that stiffer feel from the GOAT, even though this doesn't have that gloss paint job. But then you've got that extra forgiveness and kind of the way the ball wanted to jump off from the Joker. And so far, really good feel and really easy to control. Oh, that's the end.
88 miles per hour.
I mean, yeah, lots of carry. Wasn't a good swing, caught it towards the end. I mean, speed told us everything we need to and still carried out of here.
101 miles per hour.
All right, all right. Sweet spot feels nice.
101 miles per hour.
Yeah, and I mean, at least with all 3 of these today, they've all got tons of consistency, hit large sweets, or large, lots of forgiveness. And so it allows you to really just be confident with it. Feel like you can catch it pretty much anywhere. And then when you catch no kidding sweet spot, get that little bit extra performance.
97 miles per hour.
Just a little bit up the barrel, but still, we're talking about good forgiveness, easy to control.
102 miles per hour.
There's our sweet spot. Lift one and be done.
98 miles per hour.
There's also our sweet spot. And all the carry that you want. So that'll wrap it up for the All Aloha. I mean, just like Junior talked about a little bit in the beginning, but good sweet spot. Again, I think with all three of them, sweet spots started and are just a tad small. But when I say that, I mean like the no kidding sweet spot. There's so much forgiveness, it really doesn't matter. And we're not seeing a giant jump off or drop off. So I think 101, 102 off the no kidding sweet spot. And then we're still at like 99, 100 when you barely miss. So who really cares there? We'll see what these ones are testing at. For all we know, they could use plenty more braking to really get where they can get to at that point. But there's so much forgiveness. You can swing these out of the wrapper for sure. Easy to control with these end loads. They all have good feels. If you want a little bit of the softer feel, that's what the Joker's for. If you like that kind of glossier paint job where you get kind of that stiffer feel, the ball has really good carry, that's your GOAT. And then the Aloha is kind of the blend of both of them. But between all of these, again, all 13-inch barrels, all good options, tons of forgiveness, good feedback. Can't go wrong with any of them. Let's get them back to the garage, see where they test at, and wrap this thing up. All right, 60 swings on each of these, and in the same order that we swung them, we're gonna go ahead and test them. So first up, the GOAT. This is the 3/4 ounce end load of the three, and then obviously the other two are the 1/2 ounce end loads. And the GOAT sitting right about 255. So that one actually dropped a little bit more than we normally see, but again, not a huge concern there. We've yet to kind of see an Anarchy really drop below that 250 mark without a ton of swings. And we talked about it, had a good feel, good carry with that glossier paint job of the three. So definitely good option for those 13-inch fans, especially if you want a little bit more end load than the traditional kind of 1/2 ounce that's on a lot of these 13-inch models. Then the 13-inch Joker. There is a 12-inch Joker. That's the green barrel. And this one's sitting more like 265, maybe even 270. So that kind of makes sense. Like we talked about, the sweet spot on this one of the three felt the smallest kind of at the end. But that wasn't a knock on it because there was so much forgiveness. It really didn't matter. And we were only seeing about a 2 mile per hour difference from the no kidding sweet spot currently. So some of those like slight misses of that sweet spot, which is exactly what you're looking for out of the longer barrels with that forgiveness. And last but not least, the All Aloha. And this one's about 255, similar to the GOAT, which I think makes a little bit of sense. I could tell this one felt a little bit hotter than kind of the rest, in my opinion. Had the best feel of the three for me and for Junior, but I think it was almost a mix of giving you kind of the carry that the GOAT had from that glossier paint job, even though there's not a glossy paint job here on the All Aloha, but then you got that extra forgiveness that we saw to the Joker. So three really good options here. Again, if you want something that has more of that feel of like the tantrums, or even like the last year's Bedlams, things like that, I think that's where you go with the Joker. If you like this year's Bedlams, those glossier paint jobs, that's your GOAT. And then the Aloha, really just kind of a mix in the middle of, almost reminds me of some of the feels of like the two-piece Victus Marucci bats, possibly even some of the newer stuff there from Easton this year as well. But regardless, they all have really good feels, great forgiveness, and they're only going to get better. Obviously with the Aloha and the GOAT, not a ton of wiggle room, but I'm willing to bet I can put another 100 BP swings on it, still be fine. And then the Joker, I bet you we're about 100 to 200 more swings with the rate we've seen these Anarchies drop compression.
Thank you for watching Average Dude's Slow Pitch. Remember to like, share, subscribe for more content.